everyone, and welcome to Blown to Bits, the podcast where we talk about all things nerdy.
Just like that.
Yeah,
Just
go ahead.
do it.
Mm-hmm. Nope, not like that.
Oh.
Hello! Knocked. Ignore me, bigots.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blown to Bits, the podcast where we talk about all things nerdy. I'm Adam, and I am joined today by
Charlie.
Ryan.
Dustin.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so
Charlie, I like your t-shirt.
Well,
yeah, I
thank
do
you.
too.
Rocking the Abobo today.
Which was funny because I mentioned a Double Dragon fighting game like before I even looked at your shirt. I just knew.
Modded the Neo Geo Classic
Yeah, I did.
mini thing.
Shh, I'm supposed to tell people. It's kind of like a secret.
Oh, tell me next time.
I'm just kidding.
Like,
I
can you
definitely
keep a
modded the
secret?
shit out of my Neo Geo.
Can't keep a secret. Don't tell me anything.
So, I see Ryan is actually playing one of my favorite movies of all time in the background. I'm surprised we have not played this movie in the background yet. Mystery Men. I don't know. Who here has not seen Mystery Men?
I don't remember Mystery Men, but I've definitely seen it.
You've definitely seen it.
All right, you just turn your chair around then.
Yeah, you can just watch
Your
your movie.
homework.
It's
We
really, really good.
we need someone in here that just watches TV the whole time. Just
Invite your
right
wife.
at the end.
What does she watch on TV?
My wife?
Yeah.
Not Mystery Men. Right now, she's watching the reboot of The Hills,
Okay.
which is... Are you familiar with what that is?
It's like a girly
Hey,
show, right?
MTV reality show kind of thing.
Okay, as in Beverly Hills, right?
Oh.
As in Beverly Hills.
As in the Beverly Hills. Yeah.
That's it.
Nope,
She's-
it's about South Dakota.
The Great Black Hills.
She kind of struck me as someone that would watch, like Emily watches The Bachelorette.
I think I've heard her say she's never watched The Bachelorette. But she does
Okay.
watch a lot of reality TV, but not that
I
one.
watched one season of The Bachelorette a few, 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty funny. I mean, they definitely edit it to, get people drunk on the show.
Right.
The Bachelorette?
Yeah.
What was that-
They
what was the
encourage
one
people
it
to
was,
drink a lot.
Average Joe. Do you remember that? I
Yes.
think that's what it was
Mhm.
called, where they cleverly edited it to make it seem like she gave the dude a BJ on TV.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, look that up.
No, the gimmick of that show is they could only do it once because everybody except the main star was an actor.
Oh, and they didn't know that person was an actor?
No. The main person, the average Joe, was on a reality show, and he thought it was real, but everybody else on the reality show was an actor.
So it was very much Truman Show.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the gay guy on the show wasn't even gay. At the end of the show, he goes, "Are you even gay?" And he goes, "No, man, I'm married." But, I mean, they just created drama. And
Wow.
It was funny.
Right.
It was a good show.
I'll have to watch that then. That actually sounds like something I would enjoy. The only reality TV I've ever just been crazy about was Deadliest Catch.
Mhm.
I love that show.
Tonight is the premiere of Big Brother.
Big Brother.
Yeah, Kristen's really into Big Brother.
How does that work?
It is essentially they put a bunch of people in a house together, and there's 90 cameras, and so you can see every facet of everyone's day, and they play challenges and games to get immunity from getting voted out and stuff, and then
So it's like Survivor.
it's like Survivor,
For
but in
suburban
a
people.
house, and you're contained.
Like real
They have no
world
access
and
to
Survivor.
news or current events or anything like that.
Oh, wow.
So there's no. I mean, I guess that would be cheating if they could see stuff about their people in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No doubt.
I really like it. I think it's really cool. She follows it way closer than me. We had the CBS All Access last year and the year
On
before,
Hulu or whatever.
and you can 24-hour watch live feeds of the people
Oh,
in the
man.
house.
What?
Do you have access to all the cameras?
How
Or
do
most
they,
of them?
I guess they have to delay it a little bit so they can blur out things because I know
I'm not-
obviously things happen.
You gotta
So
have
I
that
think-
4-minute delay or
I
4-second
think,
delay.
on the live feeds, there's been caught people having sex or something, but I don't know. I don't think they could see anything, but and then I think the live feed is selective about which camera it shows you at any given time, so they can maybe cleverly move to a different one.
Fair enough.
So
but,
someone's always watching.
Yeah, but it's it's on CBS, and it's profanity and things like that.
That's kind of unusual.
Totally left in.
It's like that. Do you remember that gimmick, Band in a Bubble, that Dr. Pepper did?
No, I've never
No.
heard of that.
It was some scene band, like Fall Out Boy or something, and they created a house on like this wharf in San Francisco, but it was all glass, and this band had to live in it for like a month.
Oh man.
So you like see them all the time?
Yeah, people could just walk up and just like watch them.
Like taking a dump?
Yeah. I mean, the bathroom was the only one, but it had like frosted glass doors, but everything else was like completely exposed.
That sounds kind of crazy. I've never heard of that.
It was really cool.
Was it a TV show?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was sponsored by Dr. Pepper, but I think it was on MTV. But it was a show that lasted a month.
Well, MTV's always pushed the boundaries, you know.
Flavor of Love.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I loved Flavor of Love and Rock of Love.
I can't stand Flavor of Love. I can't stand Flavor Flav.
But the show was awesome.
I didn't like the show either. I couldn't watch it because of Flavor Flav.
I don't know. He's so broken that it's attractive for me to see. Like,
yeah, I could see that.
Whereas like Rock of Love, Brett Michaels, he just sucks.
Yeah,
I can't stand him.
Yeah, Flavor Flav's actually like a really talented musician.
Yeah, but Brett Michaels, he actually like slept in his bandana because he's going bald. Like he never takes his bandana off.
He's living the gimmick, man.
Like he was in the hot tub with his bandana on. Like he was getting out of bed in the morning with his bandana on. Like you never see him.
He's
without,
like a Sims character.
Yeah.
Oh my
they have
God.
the hat on all the time.
But it would like change colors.
So they wouldn't show him change it. Like, obviously, he was taking it off at some point.
I'm sure. I think it was like a wig.
I wonder
Like,
if he's
the
got,
long
like-
blonde hair coming out the back.
Like Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
What if he's got like an actual like permanent bandana imprint in his head? Like,
Probably.
you know how like if someone leaves a bicycle in the crease of a tree over the course of like 30 years, it grows in.
He's got a little indention just around his head.
Yeah.
He takes his bandana off and it's just a
Permanent
tattoo
bandana.
of a bandana.
If he takes it off, he can't put it back on.
Oh man, why hasn't there ever been a really good video game related?
Because it's a
Reality
bunch
show.
of nerds sitting at
I bet there
computers.
has.
I've
I mean,
heard
not
of
a good
some.
one, but I bet there's been games.
I've seen a game related show. I can't remember what it was called, but I want it to be crazy though. Like don't put nerds on it. You got to put regular people on there and make them play games that are really hard. Be like, okay, we're gonna throw you all in a dark room, and the first person to beat the first area of Dark Souls 3 wins. You know, good luck.
Like people that aren't like I don't know, like there's people our age that if you give them like 2 sticks, they've
lose
never
it.
done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just spin in circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have no idea what they're
Yeah.
doing.
From casual to...
I don't know that
I
I would
would've-
ever beat the first area of Dark Souls.
I wouldn't watch that
Oh,
show.
it's hard.
I'd sign up for it.
I've played Bloodborne. Not very far.
Bloodborne is, in my opinion, a lot of people said it was easier. I think it was just as hard as Dark Souls.
Really?
Yeah.
It was fun, but after a while I got like really, I don't know, like disgruntled with loading again. So I just kind of bailed.
It does kind of wear on you. It burns you out. It takes a special kind of person to play those games.
Yeah.
You know?
It ain't me.
No, it's not me either. Like, I enjoyed Dark Souls 3 for a little bit until I hit a certain area. And once I hit that certain area, I felt no sense of direction on where to go or what to do. So I just kind of was like, well, I guess that's where I'm done playing Dark Souls 3, you know? That's it.
What is the newer one, the like ninja one? Or
Oh,
Samurais?
Sekiro?
Yeah.
That I did not like that game. I loved it at first. When I first started playing it, I popped it in. I was going ham. I was loving it. And then after about, I think it was close to 2 hours in, I met this boss that is all of a sudden you're just fighting this. I already fought like a really hard boss and dominated him. You know, it took me several tries, but I got him. And then you walk into this area and there's this guy on this fucking horse. And he's just swinging this huge stick with a blade on it around and just running around like super fast. And you're supposed to somehow hit this guy without him hitting you. And I know there's a method to it. There's always a way to beat him. You know, there's a strategy you have to employ. But I don't like fighting against a boss where there's one set strategy that I have to repeat over and over and over again. And if I don't do it perfectly, like so many times in a row, then I lose.
Yeah, it's kind of... So I think the ideal boss battle for me is hard. Like, even very hard, maybe. But the mechanics kind of are presented through you exploring what you do. But you need a little bit of room to, like, screw up a couple times, you know?
Yeah.
So that you can figure out what it is.
A good example of that is God of War.
Yes, God of War is great at it.
Yeah, God of War's really good at that.
Especially fighting those Valkyrie.
Yes, those Valkyries in God of War were the most fun I had in that entire game.
They all had...
no, I'd say beating up what's his name in the face like repeatedly.
But like there was how many? Like 9?
I think there was 9 of them.
Yeah, there's like 9 Valkyries, and each one had a different gimmick or mechanic that you had to figure out and then adapt to.
Yeah,
like you'd start fighting them the way you did the last one, and you'd be like, okay, yeah. And then all of a sudden they'd do their thing, and you're like, ah, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're like, oh.
So you have to adapt.
That's what happens.
Yes, but it still gave you freedom to kind of adapt, but play how you want at the same time.
I got you.
Yeah, it was really interesting too because the Valkyries, the first one you fight in there, it shows you that's where the game means business is when you're fighting the Valkyries, and because the rest of the game, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's not exactly hard.
It's easy by God of War standards.
Yeah, it is. It's easy by God of War standards, and you're just cruising through, and you fight the first Valkyrie, and the first Valkyrie, you're lying if it didn't kick your ass the first time.
No, it did.
Yeah, it just totally kicks your ass the first time, and you're like, what? Like this is not even like actually part of the game. This is just something that I can do, you know. And then after it just mops the floor with your face like 10 times, you finally get it, and you're like, oh, okay, I got this. I killed the Valkyrie. And then you fight the second one, and you're like, I got this. I'm ready for this. And then it just totally dominates you halfway through the fight, and you're just like, what the hell am I doing wrong? You know, and then by the time you get to the 9th, I don't think I ever killed them all, but by the time you get to, like, I'm going to say the 5th one, that's when it really gets like Dark Souls level hard. Like it gets ridiculous.
I think I ended up getting to like 7 before I gave up.
Yeah, they get really ridiculous.
Yeah, there's one where you have to fight it in that poison fog.
Oh gosh, I hated that.
So
whole area.
you're dying the entire time.
You got a timer, so
I've never liked it when games put a timer on me. I can't stand that.
The worst thing about that area was it was. Am I right that it was procedural?
Oh, yes. That
so
whole area was
not only
procedurally
do you have the timer, but like who knows what's next.
Yeah.
So you could like kind of get screwed and not find an area that you need to get to
not remember your way out.
Yeah.
You could just not remember your way out and just die after you kill the Valkyrie, and then everything's done.
Yeah, because the only way to like fill your health back up was to kill enemies, and once you killed them all, you're screwed.
Yeah. No, there wasn't. Oh yeah, you couldn't. I thought you could use like some sort of like health potion or something.
It was just the enemies that would drop health.
Oh, shows how much I remember.
It's a good game.
It is a really, really good game. I think that game kind of defined the end of the PS4. It really did, because you can tell that was the pinnacle of how good games were going to look on the PS4. Like, there's no other game
it looks amazing.
Yeah, no other game that's come out since then, even like Days Gone, has come close to looking that good. It's from now on, it's just creativity that's going to stir the pot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Plus, that game gave us a lot of great memes.
Boy. I think I have a lot of fond memories with that game. It was happy.
I think, in terms of visuals, I think Red Dead kind of gives it a run for its money.
Red Dead does give it a run for its money, and that's funny you bring up Red Dead. Ryan and I were talking about that earlier today. Red Dead single player was amazing.
Yeah.
And when you put it in multiplayer,
I hated it.
It was horrible. It was just a shit show.
Yeah.
It was just a constant ganking. Some retarded, stupid, idiot asshole would just come up behind you while you're fishing and just put a pistol up your butthole and pull the trigger 10 times.
Man, if that was an actual mechanic, putting a gun in someone's butt.
And then just pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
If that was how the actual Wild Wild West was. I really missed out on my history class.
Reach for this guy. Farther.
No, I think what ruined online for me was they left the lock-on system and the auto-aiming in there. And
yeah, it kind of gave it like a little bit of a... Like everybody's got a handicap, so it's basically whoever sees someone first
wins.
Yeah.
It's like playing cops and robbers in the neighborhood. It's like, pow, pow, I got you. No, I got you.
I think it should have been really hard to shoot somebody off the back of a horse.
Yeah.
I think it should have been no auto-aim, no advantages.
And I understand that it's like an MMO format for the most part.
Yeah.
But having played the single-player campaign, and like kind of some of the fun of that was like discovering shortcuts to better things before you really should have them, and things like that. And then when you go into multiplayer, it's no matter what, you start with like this sickly horse that you can run faster than the horse can. And like it just kind of felt like a real grind.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just played a beautiful sweeping story with the same background, and the same items and the same locations, and so it kind of felt like the cheap version of what I just did.
Yeah,
and I was
it cheapens
instantly
a lot
not
of that.
interested.
It felt like watching like Family Guy's version of a mentally handicapped person. You know what I mean? Like when they come out on Family Guy and they're just like, I want it. It's like you're just like, whoa, do you really just do that? Like that was really inappropriate. And then Red Dead does that. I'm just like, oh, that's really inappropriate, Red Dead. You had a great run for your money, and then you just totally blew it.
Right.
They ended up changing the grind a little bit after the initial release of online, because everybody was complaining about how much of a grind it was, so they ended up like upping the experience per thing you did.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
But that is one of the few games where like it was so hyped up and then died so fast, as far as like online.
Yeah.
I still want to pay $450 for a top hat.
Right? And if you look at it, they had so much success with Grand Theft Auto Online. Grand Theft Auto Online had some of the same problems that I have with Red Dead Online, like the auto-aim and the lock-on. I think if these guys would quit being stupid, because I feel like it's really stupid of them to put that in their games, if they would just make it just for one weekend, just test it out, see what happens.
Do they not have like a hardcore mode or something?
No, it's all
Definitely
auto
should.
lock on.
I think something that makes GTA way more successful is, first of all, GTA did it first, but also GTA's set in the modern world, so they can do stupid stuff like put racetracks in the sky, and you're just like, okay, like what are they going to do? Put like a horse derby on
tennis
on
with
another planet?
grenades.
Yeah, like they have to stay grounded in realism in Red Dead no matter what because of the setting.
Yeah.
Whereas GTA,
Plus,
they can just make it up.
In GTA, like you didn't really care as much about the aim mechanics because every gun was automatic fire.
Yeah.
So you just spray until you hit them.
No rocket launchers in Red Dead.
Got dynamite though. That's pretty fun.
I don't know. I felt like in Red Dead Online, though, I would have had a lot more fun if, all my other gripes aside, if it were a little more intuitive. Because remember when it first started, we weren't able to hardly do anything. I remember walking into a bank. Remember when I figured that out? You could walk into a bank and take the cash, and it wouldn't actually do anything. You wouldn't put cash in your inventory. You'd pick it up.
Really?
And you could go back there, like you could almost like get into the safe somehow. Like you could almost see that you could do it and rob the bank, but there were no clerks there. It was nothing. And then I wanted to be able to do something dynamic. Like if I decide to rob the train, what if I just lay dynamite on the tracks and blow it up when the train's coming, and then the train derails, and I get to rob the train or pickpocket all the dead people.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that, and it wasn't there. All I was doing was lassoing other players and dragging them on my horse until they died.
And drop them off a cliff.
Yeah, drop them off a cliff, Just stupid stuff.
There was some fun times though when there was like 10 players all in one little town just fighting for like an hour.
For no reason.
Yeah, for no reason.
Just killing each other. And then when you try to get out of the fight, like you just can't even get out of the fight because everyone's so mad. They're just all pissed off and shooting at everyone.
Man, what if they introduced classes to Red Dead?
That would be interesting.
What if you could be like a lonesome mountain man from the woods and you could like tame wolves?
The hermit.
What if
You're
you
like
could be the girl that gives you a bath?
I'd be a barkeep.
How's that feel, honey?
You have to say it into the microphone.
Red Dead RP servers.
Oh my god. You know they're going to exist. When that game releases on PC, there's going to be RP servers for Red Dead.
There's going to be like rangers that only use a bow and they have a bear that does what they say to do.
Yeah. But it's some guy in a bear suit.
Like Ace Ventura.
Yes, master.
There is that bear costume where you get the bear on your head.
What
You
about
would
the-
just crouch the whole
the
time.
Super Troopers bear costume.
Oh man, that's too much.
So right now, I am playing something I thought I would never play and kind of decided against ever playing it, but my drummer had it and I was like, I'll try it for free, and I'm super into it.
What is it?
Elder Scrolls Online. I know. I don't want to like it, but I do.
Well,
I want to
what's got
like
you
it,
hooked?
but I don't.
So, I am totally against an MMO landscape in Tamriel
Okay.
because it's so near and dear to me. Like, I grew up on Morrowind and Oblivion, and it means a lot to me, and I see them like, I don't know, like towns with no houses of the individuals that are in the town. You know, the classic, like, it's like World of Warcraft. Just, to me, it looks a little more detailed than World of Warcraft, and some of the systems are a lot more intricate.
Yeah.
Okay.
The combat's better.
The combat is so fun for an MMO. I
Yeah.
really enjoy it. And I'm super into the crafting, which is the thing I thought I would hate. And it just feels good to do the things that I have been shitting on for 4 years because I refuse to pay attention to it. And boy, I feel like a dummy because it's really fun.
Ryan and I have... Well, I think I tried a little harder than you did to get into that game. But to me, I feel really strange when I play that game. I feel boxed in. Like the whole world feels like a vignette. It's almost like if someone took a really nice tiny camera and put it down into those tabletop games that people play, and I feel like I'm stuck in that.
See, that sounds really interesting to me.
It's
not how the
it's
game
weird.
feels for me.
And
but-
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like, did you ever play the Toy Soldiers games?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like, that's how I feel when I'm playing Elder
Man.
Scrolls Online.
Toy Soldiers MMO.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah.
Those games, the first game was cool. and
Sarge's Heroes.
That was a great game.
That's such a fun game.
Yeah, that was one of the best N64 games around.
Dude, they need a Disney MMO.
I think
just-
they kind of
just-
tried that.
But just like covers all of like Pixar and Disney.
Like, is that kind of what Disney Infinity was?
No, they tried it on the 3DS with Disney Magical... What was it? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
They
I never-
need to go
never
in like
played
the
it.
Kingdom Hearts direction with it.
That's
Be
what I
like
was thinking.
Disney Online, Shattered Souls XD.
I think it would be really fun to see like the kind of customization you could do.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be like Mr. Incredible with Mike Wazowski's head.
Or what if it? Yeah, like if it was like DC Universe.
Yeah.
Where you like
but
make
with
your
things
own
that-
guy that feels like it's a part of that universe.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
That would make
So
more
instead of
sense.
like races, you could choose like which kind of universe you want to be a part of. Like you could be like old school Disney or like Pixar universe or I don't know. That seems
a dwarf.
Yeah, but have it like Kingdom Hearts, like almost like Ready Player One,
hmm
where it's just kind of all included in the Disney universe.
It just needs to look like the hub areas in Wreck-It Ralph movies.
I can
Yeah.
see
Where
that.
it's
Yeah.
just like Pac-Man and Bowser sitting in a room together.
Just for no reason.
Yeah.
I'd play it.
I don't know. I'd probably shy away from that one.
It would
I'd-
have to be deep.
It would, yeah, it'd have to be like real deep. And I mean, I'm talking full on not for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That would never happen.
Right.
Their main demographic would be like 11-year-olds probably.
If you say Disney and not for kids in the same sentence, it
I would
doesn't
need
make sense.
weapon swapping and multiple action bars.
Yes. Respecking trees. You know what I would play though from Disney if they did as an MMO? Pirates of the Caribbean.
They did it. Didn't work.
What? When did they do that?
Like, this is a guess. 2007? 8?
What was it called? Was it just
Pirates of the Caribbean Online, maybe? Pirates Online?
I think it was Pirates Online.
Yeah.
Are you sure that was Pirates of the Caribbean?
I played it for 2 days.
2 days, and it was just not good.
It was okay. I just didn't have time.
Was it not executed well?
It was just kind of
Buggy.
bland.
Yeah.
Buggy and kind of empty.
Oh, did you
Yeah.
try it out too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty empty.
It's hard to make the ocean feel populated, I'd say.
Well, I mean, look at Sea of Thieves. That game did so good with its physics and visuals and everything, but it fizzled out because the way that you play that game is too piratey.
What do you mean?
It's too piratey because
I've seen maybe like 5 minutes of gameplay. And
it's
that's it.
grief me please the game. Like,
Oh,
yeah. It's literally when you see another player, they wanted it to feel like their intention when they first revealed the game was like, we want you to feel like you could maybe be friends with this person, or this person could not be friends with you, you know. And they're making this big thing about like that choice and decision. It's like no, as soon as you see
nobody
someone
makes
else,
that choice.
nobody makes that
Stay away
choice.
from 'em.
As soon as you see that, you either turn tail and run, or a galleon full of 4 people is gonna, you know, board your little stupid ship and take all of your treasure and stab you to death repeatedly.
Is it big?
Yeah, it's pretty large.
Yeah, but the way that it works is if you like go too far from another player, they'll disappear and they'll put you on a server with someone closer.
Yeah.
So you'll end up, I mean, I've spent like hours not seeing anybody, and then all at once there'll be like 6 other
Boom,
players
boom,
like
boom, boom.
all around.
Yeah.
Is there like a story, or do you just
There is
get
now.
some treasure?
There is now. They just added a story mode. But it used to be just treasure. Like it was
Well, we're out of time.
oh, okay.
Say bye.
Bye.